Okay, ladies, in this video, I'm gonna give you the number one advice that's going to completely change your sex life forever. It's gonna completely transform the way how you have intimacy with that man of yours. Because I've done another video about this. I wanna give you how to make him absolutely crazy and wild and bad. So I'm gonna recap some of these that I think are very, very essential and important. And then I'm gonna give you the most important one. It's a mindset shift that is gonna change absolutely everything. So to start with, some of these things that I talked about in the other video is like the things that you need to have. First of all, is going to be enthusiasm. If you absolutely love and enjoy the experience that you have with him and he can feel it and it's genuine and there's so much joy and bliss and excitement and like expression of pleasure, as I said, genuine and authentic and honest, that's going to be such an important piece of the puzzle. Because otherwise, if it feels like it's kind of a duty and you don't really want to do it and you just do it in order to, like, you know, because he wants it or whatever, it's not going to be the same. Like, he can feel it. If he can feel you're not really into it, there's so many other thoughts run through his mind, even though he might still have sex with you in the moment. He's like, does she really like it? Now I'm gonna just do it. I guess like I have to go fast because like she just wants it to be over and all this other crap. This is not the experience that he wants, and clearly, obviously, it's not the experience that you want. So if you want to transform it, have some genuine enthusiasm and make him feel it, that you enjoy it and there's a lot of pleasure involved. The second piece that you want to bring into this is confidence. Now I know this sounds so simple. It's like, yeah, just be confident. It's like, no. What I mean is like, you know what you want and you're willing to just take it. You know what he likes, so you're willing to also give it to him. You know, there's no such thing as the lights need to be off. You can only do these type of positions, but not those. And you're constantly in your head, am I gonna look good? Am I gonna do the right thing? It's like, you don't even worry about this. There's some playfulness to this. There's some confidence to this. You're not worrying if like everything is right or wrong, because like overall, you're just like experiencing something pleasurable and beautiful and fun and joy. And it's like this exchange of intimate moments and presence that you absolutely adore. That and that admiration and that, wow, he's sexy and he's hot and you feel great about yourself. This is powerful. This makes such a big impact because that allows him also to get out of his mind, because you're not so much in your mind.
Which brings me to today's sponsor. If you're stuck, lost, or confused when it comes to your relationship with men and you don't know how to communicate your needs to him in a way that makes you feel seen, loved, and heard, then you must see this. Since every woman's personality and circumstance is so unique and so special to you, we have a free relationship assessment quiz that you can take in the link below. That quiz will give you a customizable action plan to give you the love that you deserve, because you're worthy of it and you do deserve it so much. So take our free relationship assessment quiz right now. And now, back to the video.
And then the third one I would bring up is, which goes very much in hand with the first two that I mentioned, is initiative. If you're also initiating these intimate moments with him because you want him, you desire him, that makes him feel desired. And that's going to be such an important piece for him, because otherwise, if he's the one who's constantly the one who needs to initiate, if he's the one who's doing all the labor work, the one who's constantly pursuing you, and it's never the other way around, it's not a give and take, it's not like this playful back and forth, but it's always like a one-way road and you're just becoming part of it, but never the one who is actually like, no, I want you too, you're missing a really, really important piece. So enthusiasm, confidence, and the initiation to get into this amazing, beautiful, sacred union with him, that's very, very important. Now, ladies, I'm going to give you the most important piece that's going to absolutely change everything you ever thought the way how sex could be in the most amazing, sacred way. Imagine he would have a mindset, you know what, today I'm going to make it the time of her life, something she will never forget, and it will be the most memorable experience. I'm gonna prepare absolutely everything. I'm gonna not focus on my own pleasure. It's all about her pleasure. Everything. Full devotion. I'm gonna map it out. It doesn't start like in the evening when you go to bed and then, no. There's a whole thing behind it. What he does in the morning, how he prepares it, how he teases you, and then like, you know, something is happening in the evening and he's taking it further and further, and you know it's coming. Something is coming. And you might not know exactly what it is, but but clearly it's going to be something special. And then when it's the time and he knows what your fantasies are, he knows what you desire the most, he knows how he can absolutely drive you crazy and bad, and all he worries about is to take it 10 levels higher than what he's ever done before, giving you an experience you've never ever had before, the fantasies that you always wished to have, and he just makes it all happen for you in this one night. How would that be, right? It would completely blow your mind. And now flip this around. This number one thing that's going to completely change the way how that sexual experience is going to be with him is if you have that mindset, like, you know what? Let me create the night of his life for him. A night where I'm so in full devotion to his pleasure and his experience. It's not about me at all today. It doesn't matter what happens. I just want to give him everything and anything that he wants, desires, and needs, and like that drives him completely crazy, and it's going to be off the charts. That's an experience no way will he ever in his whole life forget it, because he can feel how much you are in devotion to his pleasure that night. Now, obviously, with all that said, you don't want to do things that you clearly don't want to do, right? So there's a line, and you need to find that line. But I would suggest, ask yourself why this line is there. Is it for shyness, maybe a little bit of a discomfort, because you don't want to look a certain way or whatever? Then I would say, like, put it aside. If it's something that is completely just not in alignment at all with you, let's say it's too crazy, too kinky, too like, then okay, that's a different story. But even then, there's so many other things that he probably hasn't experienced. But if you integrate that mindset into the experience that you want to give him that night, it's going to be something unforgettable for him. So this is why I love this approach, this mindset, this idea of, you know what, today it's not going to be like a back and forth and making it happen for both and figuring out the way how we can create a beautiful experience. Like, no, today I'm going to create an experience for my man that is going to be so off the charts. He's going to experience a woman that he's never experienced before, and that woman is going to be me. I'm sure you can tell just in like allowing this land, whoa, this is something unique. This is probably something that you haven't experienced. This is probably something where you kind of have to go a little bit out of your comfort zone too, which is great. And it's definitely something where he is like, whoa, who's this? Who is this woman? Who's like, wow, I'm just falling in love right now again in a totally new way, because like, what's happening here right now? And then just to go one step further, obviously moving forward, that's going to be something that can be like a back and forth. And then that also becomes a whole integration into it doesn't have to be a thing for one special night him, one special night for her. And it just becomes a very balanced, beautiful synchronization where both of these elements, creating the most pleasurable night for him and creating the most experience and pleasurable love fest for you at the same time. In order to get there, creating the night of his life to blow his mind completely off the charts, and then vice versa, that's going to help you to do that. Have fun.